Ed is a nationally recognized leader in fitness for over 30 years, with expertise in health, wellness, and international business development. I met Ed about 15 years ago in China on a project that we were working on together. Ed is the CEO of World Wellness Group, known for bridging Eastern wisdom and Western science to create transformative wellness solutions.
Welcome to the Masters of Wellness podcast, your ultimate path to holistic health, wellness, and success. Discover the powerful fusion of Eastern wisdom and Western science, designed to balance your mind, body, and spirit. Our channel brings you holistic wellness practices, effective strategies to boost productivity, and insights on stress reduction and active aging. Join our global community and transform your life with holistic wellness. Cheers to a healthier, happier you.
He's worked with global brands like Nike Sports Camps, Technogym, Anytime Fitness, as has launched world-class wellness projects across the U.S., Australia, and China and beyond. Ed's expertise spans project management, corporate wellness, coaching, and innovative program development, making him a true pioneer in the fitness and wellness industry. So we're pretty lucky to have Ed with us today. Thanks for being with us, Ed.
It's my pleasure, Mark. Always great to chat with you.
Hey, as we go through this information, I'm going to ask Ed some questions. And as I ask him those questions, I've kind of got some information from a bunch of you, questions that you would like to see us answer as we go through this process. So we're going to jump in. Ed, let me ask you first of all a question I think we really need to start with, and that is, what is wellness as it relates to a personal trainer and in the system of personal training?
Okay, that's a really great question from your audience. Wellness, let's take one step back. What is wellness? What does the word wellness mean? When you compare it to the word health, health and wellness are often thrown together. Health is the measurement. Health is like the metrics, like your blood pressure, your heart rate, your fitness levels, your VO2. Like health is something that can be measured. But wellness is the journey that gets you there. Like if you're living a wellness lifestyle, it means that you're practicing as many of the habits as possible that lead you towards a healthy outcome, like to have a healthier life. So where wellness fits into personal training is a personal trainer's responsibility 20 years ago was just to get people exercising. But a personal trainer's responsibility now and into the future is much more holistic. So the wellness means that you're not only taking care of the person's exercise program, showing them how to exercise, what exercises to do, how to safely do the machines and spot them and so on. That's what personal trainers used to do. But now it's also considering things like what's their nutrition like, what's their sleep like, what's their stress levels like, and looking at the person as a whole. And that allows you as a personal trainer to create what we call a lifestyle program rather than just an exercise program. So for current and future personal trainers, I believe wellness is essential for you to be a successful trainer.
So, Ed, if I make a decision that I'm not going to listen to you, okay, and I'm just going to keep doing the fitness part of it, as a trainer, where do you see me in the next 2 or 3 years?
Well, there's two ways. There's two ways to go forward. One is that you become a deep expert on a specific area of fitness. So, for example, you might be a performance training coach for professional athletes. In that case, you're going to focus very, very deeply on the performance training for your client. At the same time, there will be other people taking care of that client's nutrition, their mind, their stress levels, their psychology, and things like that. Like when you get to really, really elite level athletes, they do have a big bunch of people that all work together to create the positive outcome for them. Like if I love tennis, if you look at Nadal, Federer, these guys, it's not just one coach that's coaching them. They have dozens of people that are all working around the clock to support them on their journey, which goes to prove the point that every person at the highest level of performance or success does need to consider the full holistic picture, not just hitting the ball over and over and over and getting very, very good at the technique or the accuracy, but also the nutrition, the other things as well. So you can become a very, very deep professional expert in one aspect of the industry, or you can be more holistic and be able to help more people and consider when you're doing the exercise class with them, what have they eaten today? Or how did they sleep last night? Or what's their recovery going to look like? If they've been traveling a lot and they've had a lot of stress over the last few days, then don't get them back in again tomorrow to do exercise again because they're going to need a longer time to recover. So a personal trainer that understands that full picture, that holistic aspect of wellness is going to be much better positioned to be able to help more people in the future have positive outcomes.
And so, Ed, people coming into our facilities probably don't have the ability to have multiple coaches. And so if the trainers, the way I'm hearing you say it, if a trainer doesn't develop some of these skills, they're probably going to go to a trainer that has.
Yeah, it's certainly a differentiator if you can let clients or potential clients know all of the different things that you're able to offer as part of your service, then certainly you become much more valuable as a trainer. So we learned many, many years ago at the beginning of the industry that once you get your certificate, that's just the beginning. That's like getting your black belt in martial arts. When I first I studied martial arts when I got to black belt, and my sensei asked me, "What's the meaning of the black belt?" And I said, "The black belt means that I know everything and I'm ready to start teaching." And he said, "No." He said, "Go away for a year and come back and think about your answer." I'm like, "What the hell?" So I literally failed my grading, and for 4 months I didn't go to training. I was very disappointed. I came back 4 months later with my tail between my legs, very, very humbled. And I just put my head down. He gave me a nod of acknowledgement, and I went ahead and kept training, training, training. And then a year later, I did my grading again. When I was standing at the podium to receive my belt, he asked me the question, "What's the meaning of the black belt?" And I said, "The meaning of the black belt is now my mind is open and I'm ready to learn." So as a personal trainer, you have to have this same attitude. One certificate means now your mind is open for that part, and there's so much more to learn. And there's
Okay.
a saying that the more we learn, the more we realize we don't know, right?
We don't know. Yeah, you're right. What are the biggest shifts you've seen in the wellness industry over the years?
Definitely the more holistic outlook. Back in the days, in the early days of the fitness industry, a fitness center just had machines. They had their cardio machines, their strength machines. People would just go and do their thing, and they might possibly get a trainer or a gym instructor to show them how to do it. And exercise, as we know, on the wheel of life or the wellness wheel, exercise is one part of that. So what has happened over the years is that fitness centers or wellness centers have started to add more services in. They maybe have a juice bar or some healthy snacks for people to have some healthy nutrition after their class. Or they include different types of classes such as meditation, yoga, stretching, breathing, and things like that. So they're starting to branch out into more diverse offerings. And the reason for that is because that's what the customers are asking for. Customers, once they feel like, "Oh, I'm strong and I'm fit and I'm doing enough weight on the benches, what's next?" Well, there's always something next. You can always improve. Even if you look at the 10 factors of fitness, speed is one of them, strength is one of them, agility is one of them. If you're really, really good at one of them, you've still got 9 others to develop. So fitness centers and wellness centers, they're starting to branch out, make themselves more diverse so that they can reach more people. At the end of the day, we're trying to help more people in this industry.
Okay. So what I'm kind of picking up from this is if I don't move forward, I'm going to get left behind.
Totally, Mark. Absolutely. And I've seen this happen. It's happening now. The fitness centers that insist on doing it their way because this is the way we've always done it. And they've got managers or owners that insist this is the way we've always done it. Unfortunately, there's going to be competitors that are opening up very close by to you that are going to be catching your audience because they're able to offer something that people are looking for now. The average person going to the gym now is not your fitness fanatic gym junkie, 25-year-old hot person with their cool outfits on. No, that's a small percent. Now we're talking about mums and dads and people that are working and people that are trying to improve injuries. Like the need now from the customer base is much more, they have a much higher expectation of what they're looking for when they come into your center.
And have you kind of, as you go through this, got a facility or an example in mind that you could give us of where a traditional facility has changed their outlook on this and gone a different direction?
Yeah, well, I guess the best example for you and I to discuss is the physical club company in China. You know, when you first started to come and offer your services and introduce the CMS system, at the same time I'm there, I'm teaching personal trainers how to extend their knowledge and become more professional. That was a very, very traditional fitness center. They had the treadmills, they had the strength machines, they had the Les Mills classes, ABC. That was what people wanted 20 years ago. But over the years, the expectation, as I said, especially from Asian people, Chinese people, were the last people to go into a gym 20 years ago. So we had to create an offering that was more enticing and more inviting for people to not feel intimidated and to feel welcome and to realize that this is a place that's going to help them improve their lives. So physical club company in China absolutely is a great example.
Well, and I think too here, especially in the States, a lot of them are competing with the low cost competitor that's opening the door and says, there's the equipment, and that's all they have. That's all that's available. And this is a great separator for the facilities that they can make them different than that low cost competitor.
Yeah,
Um,
and actually, Mark, just on that point, I love the low cost options that are in the industry because they act as a funnel to get people into this industry. You know, sometimes people just want to, you know, at New Year's time, they just want to lose some weight. So the first thing they think about is going to the gym, and they'll look locally and they'll find this gym is $5 a week or something. So they find something that's a low barrier to entry, they'll get started. Now, after a few months or even a couple of years, they realize, you know what, this is now part of my life. I enjoy it. I'm looking for more. And that's when they're going to start looking outside these small centers to see what else is on offer that's going to help me get to the next level.
okay, Ed, what's one myth in the wellness industry that you'd like to burst?
Well, I read an article recently. It was called, Are you a wellness center or are you a fitness center with a cold plunge pool? Because there's a lot of fitness centers now that believe, oh, if we put in something cool like a cold plunge pool or infrared sauna, or we introduce yoga classes, now we can call ourselves a wellness center. But I'm a wellness expert, so I hold the title wellness in high regard, and I don't like it just being thrown around like, oh, now we're a wellness center. So if you are a fitness center, that's okay. Embrace it and be the best damn fitness center in your community. But if you're a wellness center, that's a different story, and it does take elevation to be able to make that conversion from fitness to wellness. So the biggest myth is that some companies call themselves a wellness center, but when you look underneath the covers, hey, it's just a fitness center, and they've thrown in a couple of extra services. And that's exactly what I spend my time doing now, is helping a lot of fitness center owners make that step to upgrade because they want to get into the wellness industry.
So, Ed, what if I'm a trainer and maybe my owner is not that enthusiastic about making a move? What would you advise me to do? What would be my first step?
What I've always done when I've worked in an organization is I will take the CEO or the VP or the leaders of that company and become their trainer for free. Because when you have that opportunity to spend some time, some quality time with the leader of the company, that is busy, they're stressed, they have all of the pressure on their shoulders, they're carrying a lot. But if you're a person that's able to make a positive impact on their life, starting with some exercise, talking to them about nutrition, making sure they leave work on time, they get good sleep and relaxation, you become someone that is positively helping them improve their lives. It's a no-brainer. They understand then the importance of it. And one of the biggest problems I see in this industry, especially at the very, 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 very high level, is investors and owners and CEOs and VPs. They don't do anything. They don't exercise. And they look unhealthy and they look unfit because they have the excuse, I'm too busy. But the excuse of I'm too busy just means that it has not become your priority. So every company that I've worked with, the first thing I do is I go straight for the chairman or the CEO and I say, I want to train you for the next 6 weeks so you understand more about me and what I do and what we can introduce into the company. And that will get you 90% over the line.
Okay. Yeah, I think this really helps us. I think it clarifies where we're at and where we need to be. If any of you have any additional questions for Ed, You can see there on the screen, you can reach him at worldwellness.group, and he can answer any questions for you. Thanks a lot, Ed.